Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Bitcoin 44,000 plus and strong, by the way. Ethereum 3,200 plus. We see right now the number 6 spot. XRP 88 cents. We're up 47.90% on the 7-day with the SEC case on our back. We're going up the mountain, baby. Cardano this morning right now at $1.21. Solana's 113 and change. Let's look at the price range. Right now we're ranging between 85 cents on the bottom and 91 on the top. It's tightened a little. There was about a 10-cent range the last couple days when the price started moving here. So we will keep an eye on it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wondered at all what's going on with Ripple shares and the news around this case, if you ever wanted to see bullish action, take a listen to this from Ray Fuentes from Link 2.
Hey, what's going on, family and friends? Ray Fuentes here, community manager at Link 2. Dropping in to put things in perspective for you. Link 2 just sold $1.2 million worth of shares of the company Ripple in less than an hour on our platform. So either someone knows something we don't, or someone knows something we don't. But don't worry, if you weren't able to invest today, we're going to be restocking the shelves tomorrow. So please put on those push notifications and make sure you're all dialed in for the drop. And get ready to pack those bags for our next Link 2 moon mission. Talk to you soon. Good luck. Happy hunting. Love you, Mick Show.
Really great stuff from Ray right there, and I tell you, how impressive is that? $1.2 million of Ripple shares sold in an hour, and there will be more going on the shelves. And don't forget, if you are a accredited investor, you also right now up until February 11th can get $1,000 XRP bonus, and that is a commitment from Link 2 because they support the idea and understanding that XRP is a currency. But we're going to talk about that particular issue today, and I certainly believe it too. But we are left to speculate about some issues today. But let's take a look at this because we're 416 days into this American crypto innovation under siege, ladies and gentlemen. Still no resolution in the case. JP Morgan says Bitcoin can reach $150,000. Now, I tell you, that's another bullish outlook. But take a look here from this Bitcoin Maxi. Yeah, this is shared by DAI right here. Bitcoin Maximalist says, just got done reading up on the XRP ledger. It's hard to refute its sheer speed. Although I'm a Bitcoin Maxi at heart, I think I'll have to make some room for XRP. It's ridiculously fast, and it's hard to ignore the cross-border payments use case. Well, that isn't all, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the XRP ledger is a decentralized exchange, the first one for the world, in fact. And it can bring the old world to the new world because it can make liquid markets for the cash world that currently exists. And by the way, you can make the argument by that. Also, the securities and derivatives market, which we're about to get into. We'll let Gary Gensler explain. Russia proposes crypto regulation that would allow banks to operate as intermediaries between users and crypto exchanges. Now, I'm not going to play this clip here, but Naomi Brockwell makes the point that we've made here. You know, putting all of this power for regulating crypto and stable coins into the bank's hands and taking it out of fintech's hands is not bringing some kind of anointed oversight to this space. We know banks deal with money laundering and get caught doing it all the time. And manipulating markets, need I say more, JP Morgan in the metals market and the U.S. Treasuries market. But you know, take a look at this. All of this is going to get sorted out one way or another. We may like how it all shakes out. We may like half of it, some of it, little, a lot of it, whatever. But this is one part I can tell you I think we all like. And it's BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with $10 trillion in assets under management to offer crypto trading. I said here, and right before the world finds out at the Super Bowl, I'm sure it's nothing, right? Look, the timing on this stuff is remarkable, and the things that have brought me calm while investing in such a new emerging asset class. Seeing companies like this continue to move forward with the lack of clarity happening through regulation is absolutely inspiring to me, and I find it to be bullish, right, as an investor, and it just makes me keep going because they are. And one of my core tenets, as you may know if you've been following the channel for any time, is the fact that I've been stacking my pennies next to their dollars, and I continue to do so. What they mention in here is just two quick things in the article about BlackRock planning to offer crypto trading services here. One is they have a platform called Aladdin, short for Asset Liability Debt and Derivative Investment Network. The asset manager's integrated investment management platform timetable for unveiling the service is still unclear. BlackRock declined to comment. I guess so. They don't want to speak out ahead of the regulation, but they want everything in place so it will be ready when regulation is here. And I want to have my nets in the water when that happens too. Right here it says a second person with knowledge of plans said BlackRock was looking to get its hands on outright crypto, and was looking at providers in this space. A third person referred to a group of approximately 20 or so inside BlackRock that is evaluating crypto, adding they all see the flow that everyone else is getting and want to start making some money from this. And look, this has been the situation. Banks, huge investment firms, and things of this nature have been watching for more than a decade now. Everyone make billions of dollars in the crypto space, and now they want to do it too. And it's coming. It's coming. This is coming too. Matter of fact, this is already came. This is a Ripple SIR reply regarding the SEC's motion to strike the fair notice defense or fair notice affirmative defense. And I'm just going to give you a couple pieces of this because I'm sure that we will get something from John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan on all of this. But I just want to highlight very quickly here that basically the SIR reply is pointing out in this that the SEC is misleading characterization of its prior enforcement actions by bringing up 75 different cases They're referencing 75 different cases that they've done in the past with the SEC, and it goes on here to say that the more than 75 cases that the SEC now attempts to rely on support Ripple's point, not the SEC, not one of those cases alleged a violation of Section 5's registration requirements for sale of digital assets outside the context of an ICO. It goes on to break down, in fact, of those 75 referenced, and I think I could find it very quickly here for you. It says here, of the 75 enforcement actions related to digital assets, it goes on to say that half of those cases, approximately 50%, did not involve the sale of any digital assets at all, so they're not even relevant. That's what they're saying here. And then all 37 of the remaining cases that the SEC has brought involving digital assets were in context of an ICO, and we know that the SEC does not allege that Ripple engaged in any ICO. So basically, they're throwing the kitchen sink in this thing, and none of it is really applicable. So we're going to see how this shakes out. Hopefully, Judge Torres will come out very timely and put something down on this and get us some forward motion. Speaking of forward motion, Susan Friedman here says today's hearing with the Senate AG was a clear indication that both sides of the aisle are interested in crypto, looking to collaborate on fostering innovation, protecting consumers, starting with the opening statements from different senators. It comes down here to say that compared to CFTC's expansion over swap markets following Dodd-Frank. Now remember, we have shown you that the Dodd-Frank Act was put in the last crisis we had back 08-09, and that was being used to come up with these systemically important designations of financial market utility or financial industries, right? So this is really important because it keeps getting a reference in this situation. I remind you of the executive order that we're supposed to get from the White House and the Biden administration saying that this crypto executive order is a matter of national security. Now, in your mind, as you're listening to this news when we go forward from here, remember, all of the things that we have told you would be a narrative on this channel. The cyber attack on the largest oil producer in the United States, the largest meat producer, one of the largest IT companies, and I believe insurance companies as well. We have seen so many cyber attacks. Remember the GameStop issue and what they made of that? That the markets were vulnerable and antiquated. All of this points to that, and that something has to be replaced. The market infrastructure needs to be replaced. So keep this in mind as we move through, because I've got a new clip for you to hear from Gary Gensler and other chairpersons at the SEC voting unanimously to move forward with same-day settlement, and the acceleration being brought on by distributed ledger technology. Okay? We're going to get into it here. So we'll see what goes on with that. But let's talk about this, because this is Rostin Benham here. CFTC is well situated, he says, to play an increasingly central role in overseeing the cash digital asset commodity market. This is from the new CFTC chairperson, Rostin Benham, and I want to give you just a couple things in here, which basically, if you go through this, what he says is that he's asking for $100 million to be able to expand and get the proper knowledgeable people in there and the right enforcement to go along with it. So he's definitely looking to get it done. What do they cite in here? The Dodd-Frank Act reform of traditional markets in the wake of the 2008 crisis is a perfect example of the type of work the CFTC could engage in for the crypto markets, he said. The Dodd-Frank Act helped reform derivatives market, among others, the past decade. And he's right. And again, I remind you, the Dodd-Frank Act allows them at the Treasury to come in, which is FSOC, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, FSOC, non-bank designations, which would be something like a Ripple company or Ripple Net Enterprise, non-bank, but very important to the financial stability if you're going to replace this antiquated, vulnerable market infrastructure with something new like the XRP ledger, which is a decentralized exchange to the world. So, think it's crazy? Well, think it's crazy, because I'll tell you something. I'm going to pound the ground on it because I think it's actually got a lot of validity to it. Looking right here, it shows the clearinghouses, the CLS Bank International, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, one of the largest derivative selling of the futures markets, right? Depository Trust Company, 1.6 quadrillion, and so on and so on and so on. Now, let's take a look at this. Mr. Intuitive, traders only. Which digital asset can help with shorter settlement times? Because make no mistake about it, and I agree, I think it's XRP, and I think it's XRP, the XRP ledger. And make no mistake about it here, that's exactly what they were discussing yesterday, and I do not find it to be an accident at all that this meeting was a public meeting because of how much pressure the SEC has been getting publicly from crypto Twitter and influencers around the world. They didn't have to do this publicly if they didn't want to. Of course, this Sunshine Act notice, a lot of these Sunshine Act meetings have been private, right? Not this one, because this one discusses shortening the securities transaction settlement cycle, and they go through and they vote on it, and they discuss accelerating settlement securities with DLT, citing some such efforts. And it actually, she says, indeed, some such efforts are already underway. Take a listen to the first few seconds of this, and then I have a new clip for you as well.
The ever-increasing pace of advancements in technology, including distributed ledger technology, further shortening the standard settlement cycle in the near future may be both desirable and feasible. Indeed, some such efforts are already underway.
Indeed, some such efforts are already underway. The answer to get same-day settlement is distributed ledger technology. Full stop. Okay? Now you're going to hear a little bit of that clip, and then you're going to hear Gary Gensler chime in and talk about the plumbing, right? And then talk about the same-day settlement, how important it is. I put together some new clips in here, and then I'm going to let you see them unanimously vote to move forward on this issue. Take a listen.
The ever-increasing pace of advancements in technology, including distributed ledger technology, further shortening the standard settlement cycle in the near future may be both desirable and feasible. Indeed, some such efforts are already underway.
Today, we do have those technologies not only to shorten the settlement cycle to 1 day, but also to shorten key elements of what's called the clearing process, that which goes on before. Also, I think rather important, it requires 3 important steps in that clearing process: the back office plumbing process of affirmation, i.e. to fully automate transaction processing. Again, lowering risks in the system. Now, separately, the Commission is also issuing a robust request for comment around areas to consider with respect to potentially achieving same-day net settlement in the future. Net, because it's still netting positions, but possibly moving the money, moving the securities in the evening or end of day. The technology actually exists today, not just for same-day affirmation, confirmation, and allocations, but even for same-day settlement. How do commissioners vote on the division's recommendations to amend the Securities Exchange Act on clearing and settling?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, the recommendation is approved unanimously.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, approved unanimously to move toward same-day settlement, which they cite. Indeed, some such efforts are already underway, talking about distributed ledger technology to accomplish that ultimate end goal. Now, wouldn't it be funny or ironic? Wouldn't it be really funny if we find out that this case, which I believe has been an audit and vetting process to really clear the XRP token and the XRP ledger for such an important role, a systemically important role for the world, and certainly for the U.S. derivatives and stock and securities market? Now, I don't care if they call it a security or a stable coin or a hula hoop. Long as they don't damage the full-scale intended use of the asset so it can serve in the manner that it was designed for. That's what I care about. And I tell you, I really do believe that what we have witnessed here was no accident that they made it a public meeting. Distributed ledger technology is going to be a part of same-day settlement for the entire securities and derivatives market. And I am speculating when I tell you I fully believe the XRP ledger could play a role in that, when you understand that that decentralized ledger is in fact a bridge from the paper friction world, once you tokenize those dollars and those stocks and bonds, to the new digital world that brings a new market infrastructure as a backbone to the new system. And that's where I'm at on this day. But before I let you go, check this out. Remember this? Brad Garlinghouse laying it down. Ripple Swell 2021. Take a listen.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening.
Now imagine that. It was designed to be able to handle large payments. That's what we would be talking about if, in fact, what did we just see with the SEC?
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.